I mean, I've got down what the stuff is if you want.
I can do it. It's not that long anyway. Is Debbie on here yet?
No.
She's on, but she's muted. I see her.
Yeah. And Keith's muted.
I'm on now.
There you go. Hello.
Hello.
Is Nick there with
Can
his
we
laptop?
start now? Alicia, are you ready? You're muted, Alicia.
I can connect you to it.
Everybody unmute.
There
Hello?
she is. Yeah, okay. We're getting ready to start.
Should say like
Okay,
should
I
say
just saw
join-
Debbie was still at school.
join,
No,
She
she's
has
on
had
there.
a long day.
the meeting down towards the
Yeah.
bottom. Join
I'm sure.
the meeting. You should be able. You should
Okay,
click
it's 6 o'clock and I'm going to call the meeting to order. And the first item on the agenda is approval of minutes of March 31st, 2020 special
It
meeting.
just started.
I'll make that motion to approve the minutes.
I'll second.
Where's Joe? I don't see Joe.
I don't know. He was on there, I thought.
Yeah, he should. He's
now
coming
join.
on right now.
Okay.
Okay, second item is approval of minutes of April 6th, 2020 special meeting.
Motion to approve those minutes for April 6th.
I'll second. Keith?
Keith, where are you? Joe?
You didn't wait on me a while ago. Aye.
Okay. Third item, approval of minutes of April 13th, 2020 special meeting. Motion.
Second.
Aye.
And the fourth item is financial report for March approved.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Okay. Aye.
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 Item number 5 is approval of KEDC membership.
Motion.
What is that?
Debbie, you want to tell him what it is? Explain what it is?
KEDC provides us different PD opportunities, and they take care of a lot of the bidding requirements so that we stay in compliance with state law on bid. They also give us purchasing power to allow us to buy things like copy paper and price.
Okay. That's something we do all the time.
Yes.
Yes.
Aye.
Aye.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, item number 6 is approval to provide transportation for district students attending 4-H camp contingent upon release from state emergency order. I guess that's a moot point, huh?
I'll make that motion.
I thought we done that in the last meeting. We
We-
approved it as soon as they took it off.
This one was especially for 4-H camp. It's not a school trip. And they still may do something toward the end of the summer on a shortened basis. They haven't decided yet.
Oh, well, good. Okay, item number 7 is approval to proceed with bus loop improvements. Is that here or Lakeside or where?
It's at both.
Both, okay.
When are they going to start on that, Debbie?
We haven't got a plan in place. We just going to wait and see if it's okay for you all to do it. And then sometime this summer, we'd like to get it done before school starts.
Okay, that's
I
what I
thought
thought.
we was I thought we was going to get together and you show us on this one
If you
last
want,
meeting. I thought
anytime,
we was going.
go ahead. I'm sorry.
Right. No, I just thought it was. You said it was going to. I can't remember. Get
I think-
together.
I
Well,
think some of you all mentioned
something
coming
about
up
going to
and looking at it.
Lakeside. That I wasn't for sure how the loop was going to go at Lakeside, and I wanted to come down there.
Anytime that you want to, we will
Is
socially.
that going to be a bid item, or are we going to do it?
We're going to try to do it ourselves. We'll look at the price first. We'll get some ideas in, and if it's a substantial amount, we will have to bid it.
Okay.
What about the road improvement up through there at 7? I know there was supposed to be some, that third lane. This is this is in addition to all that at Sandy Hook, right?
Yes.
Okay. I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
Aye. Guys, did we make a vote on number 6?
No.
We didn't?
No.
Do we need a motion then for 6?
Yes, please.
A motion for to provide transportation for 4-H.
Second.
Aye.
As written, of course. 8.
Okay. Item number 8, approval of bank of depository agreement with Kentucky Bank.
Motion, and that's something we do all the time too, Keith.
Okay.
A second?
I'll second it.
Okay.
Uh,
But I didn't. No.
Okay, item number 9 is review and discussion of monthly maintenance log. And I don't have that in front of me.
I don't either.
Have theirs?
No, I do not.
Debbie, was there anything unusual on it, or?
They took a fence down over at Lakeside this month and mowed around and just made it look nicer. Mostly a lot of mowing and weed eating was on the maintenance log.
Okay.
Have they done a lot of cleaning and stuff? I'm sure since school's been out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Motion to acknowledge the maintenance log.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Aye.
Item number 10 is approval of consent items. You all got those in front of you, I assume.
Yeah, I do. I mean,
What is that?
19 is certification of instructional team and master's schedule. Summer food program.
What is that?
Summer food program.
How are we going to do that, Debbie? I mean, you're just planning as
We got that
usual,
more.
hopefully.
We're just waiting for guidance from KDE. They haven't told us yet how they want us to do it, but we have to do an annual approval that we will participate in order to be able to participate in it.
Right. And then on that third one, you've got up to 51-year emergency or provisional certifications for teachers to fill unsatisfied vacant teacher positions and emergency certification for certified sub-teachers.
Yes, we do that annually in order to be able to hire as many sub-teachers as we need, or if someone were to quit or become ill in the middle of the year and we had to fill a vacancy unexpectedly, that gives us permission to do that without having to call a special board meeting to do it.
Okay, it just seemed worded differently or something.
Yeah, that wasn't on there last year like that. And it says teachers.
That's in case someone were to quit in mid-year and we didn't have a qualified applicant that would give us permission to get someone emergency certified.
And that has happened before, hasn't it?
Yes, it has.
And with pathways, that next one, is that something just like what we've done that they provide services? Is that what that is?
Yes, this is our annual renewal.
Okay.
What is that?
Pathways that provides us with counselors in the school with parent permission. They come into the school and see kids.
And what is the technology, hardware, and installation that we're planning on doing?
That's for maintenance and some switches and some wiring. I don't know that it's anything planned, but we did have E-rate money that came in, and we had to do something to plan it for the future. It's just our next project. Michael may want to chime in with some information about that.
Where is he? Michael.
Okay, I'm here. Every year we apply for money from the FCC, the Federal Communication Commission, and we get that money, and it's based on attendance in schools to do improvements to the networks. And right now we're using some real old network switches, so they fund us for that to be able to replace those. And that's on a 5-year cycle, and this is the end of the 5th year. And we'll get that money and put it towards school improvements. Isonville already used all their money up for the 5 years, so the only schools that had money left were Sandy Hook, Lakeside, and a high school, and then we're just replacing the switches.
How much is that, Michael?
I think it was like 20. I can look at the attachment up on my phone. I'll send it to you. I'm thinking it was.
I think it's about 24.
Yeah.
Okay.
Around 24, and we just pay I think it's 10% of that, 10 to 20% of that, and that comes out of the technology fund, and to cover those costs to upgrade the network.
Okay. All right, and what is FRYSCC contract? Or FRYSC contract? What is
With
that?
our Youth Service Center and Family Resource Center,
Okay.
annual contract to pay for all the things they do.
Okay. Motion to approve consent items.
Hey,
This again.
Where?
I seconded.
Okay,
Wait a minute. I don't know where.
You better do that.
Item number 11 is discussion items. Debbie, you want to take us through that?
Our student, file number 67, is doing work now. I don't know what got into him. If he thought everybody else is doing online, he may as well too, but had a good report from him this week. For item 2, our essential workers, I was going to ask the board to consider if they would like to give cooks and those who are delivering the food a bonus of some sort because of the nature of the duty they're doing.
Where's that funding come from, Debbie?
Through federal stimulus money. It's called the CARES Act, and
We're reimbursed for that, right?
yes,
Okay.
we will apply for reimbursement for any money that we spend in excess than what we normally would because of the pandemic.
Okay.
Okay, who is going to get paid this?
There's 7 people in food service, and then Christy and Missy for delivering foods on a daily basis.
They get paid anyway, though.
They do, and I think one of the things that can be said in their favor is that they're being required to work where others aren't. And they are doing direct service face-to-face with the community when others are being given the option to stay home. A lot of districts are doing some kind of supplement for their essential workers, and I just wanted to see if our board would be interested in doing something for our people.
It has to do with contact too of people
Yes,
and putting themselves in possible danger.
yes.
But it,
COVID
that it
19. A lot of places are doing that, not just
was
schools.
was it offered to everybody to volunteer for that?
No, we only have cooks that are eligible to work in the cafeteria. They have
I
to have
didn't know.
training.
Okay.
Yeah, they have to go through training,
What
Keith,
about
and
the volunteers on in all the
Um,
schools?
what volunteers? I don't
I mean,
know.
you're talking about the volunteers to deliver the food.
Well, we did have Missy and Christy step up and do that. That's part of what Family Resource Center does.
Well, I
Um,
know, but I've had several people upset over this. I mean, I just wondered because it wasn't fair. What about teachers, janitors? They have to report.
they don't have direct contact with the community is the big difference. The people that have to be frontline workers are the ones that I was interested in seeing if you guys wanted to do something for.
So there's 9 of them, right?
Yes.
So it's all
Ballpark figure, excuse me, Keith.
Mhm.
Um,
Ballpark figure, what are we talking about?
no more than I'm guessing $5,000 to $8,000 total. If we were to do something like a $4 a raise, $4 an hour for just the time during the pandemic, that would be somewhere around $5,800, $6,500. But it all depends on what you decide to do. I mean, the amount that you feel is appropriate.
I think there needs to be something, Debbie, written in there, like if it's mileage, if it's hourly pay, or whatever.
Right. I thought maybe the fairest way to do it might be to just have them do a timesheet for the amount of time that they've worked since the beginning of April, and then give them a per hour hourly rate increase for those hours only.
Okay, and that does not come out of our budget, correct?
No, will be reimbursable through the CARES Act, federal money.
Okay. I'll make a motion to do that.
wait a minute. What is other counties doing?
Some people I've been reading some news articles about it. Some people are paying like a flat $500 a person raise or bonus. They're calling it not a hazardous duty, but a essential worker bonus. Some are going up to $1,000 per person. Um, it just varies from district to district.
Okay, does it have to be voted on this month? Can't we wait and see what other counties this does?
We could, yes.
So you want to just table it till next month?
Well, well,
I just
I hate
kinda
to be
looked
the
at
first
some.
one that comes out and other counties does a whole lot different. I'd like to see what everybody else is doing. I thought, since we can't talk, but I thought there was supposed to be somebody here tonight to explain this.
I invited Amanda, the cafeteria manager at San Diego Elementary. I'm not sure if she had problems connecting or what, but she had intended to be part of the meeting tonight in case you had questions.
So, are there any cafeteria workers from Lakeside and Nisonville get into this?
Yes, all of our cafeteria workers are working together to provide food for everybody in the district.
Well, I just those questions I've been asked. That's what I'm trying to find. Okay.
So do you want to table it, Keith, or what?
I would like to wait and see what other counties does. Bring it up back next month.
Let's table it,
No.
Debbie, and then maybe come up with a plan. How about that, Keith?
Well, that would be fine. I don't want to knock them out of money, but I don't want to make, I want, try to do it fair.
You want it comparable to what everybody else is doing.
Yes.
I'd already talked with Miss Stevens, and I kind of did some checking around, and it's just kind of different things. Okay, you want to make a motion to table and then come up with a plan and meet for approval on that
Yes.
next month?
Yes.
Okay, is that all right with everybody else?
Fine.
Let's make a motion. Who seconds that?
I'll second that. Or motion, whichever.
I've got you down as making the motion.
Okay.
Okay,
We need a second.
I'll second.
Aye.
And the other item on the discussion is what would you like to do for compensation for coaches for spring sports? We've got baseball, softball, volleyball, and soccer who have put some work into getting the teams up. They've had practices, they've made schedules, but they are not going to be able to complete the season. No one has asked me yet about what kind of pay they're going to get, but I foresee that they will, and we need to make a decision about how we're going to compensate them for what they've done thus far.
Have you talked with Greg about this?
I haven't, no.
What do you recommend?
I would think that they would deserve at least half of whatever they were going to get paid. We have it budgeted. You know, they have put a significant amount of work into getting the season started, and it was through no fault of theirs that
Right.
they're unable to complete it.
I know that ain't no.
Well, you want to check with Greg, and what do you want to do there? You want to table it? Do you check with Greg, or do you all want to go ahead then with half their salary? Which really the most time they're going to put in is traveling with the team and stuff. But like you said, you know, when they're working on schedules and getting different physicals and some practices and stuff in, that's a lot of time involved too.
I know a lot of them's done a whole lot, really, a whole season. So.
Right, I know. With the
So they
exception
sorta
of just
need-
traveling to games.
I know, and that's what I say. They just sort of.
Can we go ahead and make the motion to give them half?
I'll second it.
Do you want to give them half or?
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't think we can really justify giving them the whole thing because they've not done the
Well,
games.
no,
and
some
so
of
on.
them ain't, but some of them have, maybe. That's what I'm saying. That's what I was sort of need.
I make a motion we go with half.
I'll
And then
say,
if there's any kind of revision or something that we need to do based on what Greg tells us or what any information that any of the other coaches maybe provide that they've done more or whatever. Maybe
I'll
we can
second
go.
that.
Okay.
Oh, well, I guess you need a second on that, don't you?
I've got.
We need a vote, Keith.
Well, I never hear nobody second or just hear eyes.
Yeah, no, there was a second.
You want to read it back to us, Debbie, so he'll.
That's all right. I'll vote.
We
for
had a
it.
motion by Nancy, seconded by Susan, that we would give all spring coaches half their pay, and then take into consideration any revisions after talking to Greg that might need to be made.
All right.
You must be cutting in and out or something,
It
Keith.
is.
Okay.
Yeah, my screen's flashing.
Okay. Alicia's was too there at one time.
Okay, item A under informational items is Ket's third offer of assistance, $4,546. I'm assuming we're gonna make a motion to accept that.
We don't have to make a motion on this item.
Okay. Okay.
And you can do the other two. How's that, Deb?
Okay. I attached the board member training report for you guys so that you'll know how many hours of training you have left to complete. I haven't heard from ASVA how they're going to address those needs yet. I expect them to offer some kind of training in Lexington where those who need 8 hours or fewer can just finish it up. I think a couple of you only need an hour. And we had talked about having someone come here. ASVA has not made any plans or has not publicized any plans yet about how they're going to address training. So we're kind of waiting.
What's the training in Lexington for June 10th and 11th, Debbie? I read something about that.
They schedule that their annual summer institute every year,
Uh-huh.
but I haven't heard yet if it's going to go on as scheduled or
Right.
not.
Okay. All right. Well, just let us know because I told you I may go to that. And I
Okay.
don't know, do you all want to do more training up at the board office or whatever? I know.
We'll have to kind of wait and see what KSBA says about that. They may be short-handed or they may not. I don't know what their plans are yet.
Well, just let us know on that then.
Okay.
Hey,
And then,
Debbie,
yes.
you said you sent that to us? I don't remember seeing that.
It was
It wa-
probably sent directly from KSBA to each board member. I uploaded it in e-meeting so that you have a copy there as well.
Okay, I didn't see, I haven't got an email from them. I didn't know. It was
Okay.
Christmas one.
I got a folder. That's what I got.
Okay, all right. That's just wanted to ask the question.
Okay, and item C is just a reminder that the board candidate filing deadline has changed and it is now June 2nd.
It's that, that's the deadline, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So we need to go back up to claims and salaries.
Yeah.
Okay.
Item 13, approval of claims and salaries.
Motion.
Second,
Aye.
Aye.
Joe,
Aye.
and I need a motion to adjourn.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second it.
Aye.
Guys, I just have one more question before we go.
Aye.
Okay.
Back up here to the cooks and things getting the bonus. Debbie, will we be able to back up and give them since the pandemic has started?
Yes, a lot of districts are already doing that. They did a retroactive bonus.
Okay, from the very start. All right,
Yes.
thank you. I just wanted to make sure if we waited that they'll still get that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Do you have any ideas on graduation yet that you can tell us?
I was getting ready to ask.
I was talking to John and Sandy today, and they're brainstorming various ideas. They're getting things in email, people with webinars about how to do virtual graduations, and they saw something interesting today that they wanted to discuss further with Michael. So
Okay, I like what's
really in the
in
planning
too.
stages.
Alicia, did you also bring up that idea about instruction on new subject matter? Like if students are presenting new subject matter while they're on this virtual thing, that they can have some kind of instruction from a teacher to show them how to go about doing all that.
Yeah, I actually, I wrote up a little paper about it, just some ideas that I had. And I called Debbie and spoke to Debbie earlier, and she
Okay.
said she would talk to the principal and the teachers about it at their meeting. Is that right?
Yes, we're going to meet Tuesday, and we'll talk about that more then.
Okay, and I've got another question. Have you heard anything about how the state will calculate attendance money this year?
No, they haven't told us what they're going to do about that.
Okay. All right. How are we as far as finances and stuff? If you looked at this year and last year,
So far, go ahead.
everything I know is so different this year. I just
Right. We're going to have some additional expenses that we don't normally have, but we're not spending money in some areas where we would normally have to. I kind of expect those to be kind of balance each other out.
okay.
But overall, if you compare this month's budget, what's in our bank account as of today to this time last year, we're about $90,000 ahead of where we were last year.
Okay.
Everybody should have an email from Kristen, because I got one right before I left the house.
Oh, I didn't even open my email.
Well,
I'm bad for that.
I just happened on it.
Okay.
And
Yes,
it's,
Well, I'll look at that. I apologize. I didn't pull that up. I will.
Yeah, she sent it out about 3 o'clock, I've seen.
I wanted to thank her for doing that. I called her earlier and she said she would.
Okay. I'm
Well,
glad you did. I forgot to. I'm getting bad at that.
Oh,
Is there anything else, anybody?
well, I just would like, I wanted to ask Debbie, I know this is kind of spare of the moment, but is there any goals that we have met this month that you would like to talk about?
Goals this month,
Or that,
we're surviving right now. That's my goal for this month.
okay. Okay, thank you. I don't have anything else.
How many essential workers you got?
9. Yeah, she said 9 earlier. I think that's what Susan.
yeah, that's what she said now.
Yeah, just have them keep it on time sheet so we can have it and then we can kind of decide about that. So,
Okay.
Okay, so you made the motion to adjourn. I'll say aye.
Okay, we've got our motion second and everybody's voted. You
yeah.
guys be safe.
All right. Thank you. Bye, guys.
Thank you.
Good seeing everybody.
See ya.
Bye.
Thanks, everybody. Be safe.
Thank you, Jonathan.
Thank you.